Oh! Welcome back to Under Oath.
Harold, you shouldn't be running from your lawyer. It's bad form. And you know what I want to talk about? In a minute, Judge Powell's going to call us down. He's going to want to know if we're ready for trial.
We are?
We are not, and you know why not. Rule 1, I get paid, or I don't work.
Don't worry, I got your money.
Exactly, you got it. I don't.
It's coming. I talked to my boys.
Listen, Harold, I looked on the list of people I trust. You're not on it.
The law says you can't just quit. The judge won't let you. I looked it up.
Pay close attention. Michael Holler for the defense, Your Honor. If I may, I'd like to carry this over.
Do you have a reason, Mr. Holler?
Having trouble locating a witness, Your Honor. An indispensable witness, a Mr. Green.
How much time do you need?
That's hard to say.
Does the state object?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to hold this over pending notification from counsel.
That was some bullshit, man.
Oh, yeah. I expect to hear from you, Harold.
The only thing I considered BS was probably 95% of what I just watched.
No, that's totally what they used to do.
Yeah.
In the 70s and the 80s. I heard from
Oh, you were on in
lawyers.
the 70s and 80s?
I heard from lawyers who were much our senior at the PD's office, and they said it was routine. That scene right there that we just saw.
I'm not talking about the continuance.
That scene that we just saw, I can't locate Mr. Green. I heard that verbatim.
No, I'm not talking the continuance.
Are you gonna let me finish?
No,
I heard that verbatim from attorneys who said that they saw other attorneys do that, and the judges would grant the continuance because everybody knew that Mr. Green meant the attorney wasn't getting paid.
How many conversations did you have with a client that made you look bad?
That's real.
Right
are you
in front of the bailiff?
saying that? You said that
No, I'm
doesn't
saying
happen?
that I would never say
that
I would
didn't
never
happen?
say something like that in front of a bailiff who actually would probably be in front of the judge seconds later, and much less the peanut gallery of 8 people.
So your issue is that there are too many witnesses. It's not that you wouldn't say it. It's just you wouldn't say it in front of those
I would
same
never
people.
discuss my fee when I was a criminal attorney in front of multiple people and tell them I'm going to tank their case. Unless
Well,
they did
he
it in
didn't
front
say
of
he was going to tank the case. He just said it wasn't working until he got paid.
Okay, first off, that conversation he had in front of the bailiff and everyone else, no, that's a private conversation. I'm not doing that.
It should have been private, but if the audience is wondering if that kind of stuff happens, or at least used to happen, it absolutely did. I have firsthand accounts from very senior attorneys.
Okay, but never you.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the things that I consider BS. The first thing was him having that conversation in front of everybody. That's great. Now, there's other 2 things that happened in there that I'm surprised you automatically don't lose your mind about. The first one goes, how long do you need the continuance? That's hard to say. Well, we'll just hold this over indefinitely. We know that never happened, and we know the prosecutor isn't going to go, that sounds good to me.
No,
We're
they'll roll
looking
it.
okay.
No, the prosecutor knew what was going on too.
Yeah, but not indefinitely.
Yeah, I agree, not indefinitely, but the prosecutor wouldn't put up a fight about it because they were in on it. The judge is in on it. The defense attorney's in on it. Everybody was in on it.
So we can agree the indefinitely doesn't apply.
Correct. It would have been just rolled to the next docket.
Yes. Well,
That is the smallest car. I wasn't expecting that.
Going out real slow, and out of nowhere, his Jaguar comes racing around the corner like a bat out of hell. They took some bone from my hip and put it in my neck. I don't have insurance, so I'm about $17,000 in debt right now. I couldn't take painkillers because they made me too groggy to take care of my kids. Matthew's 8, and Katie's almost 6.
It's actually a good.
Broke, 3 kids, no job. A doctor in a Jaguar must have looked like a pretty good meal ticket.
Objection.
What? He hit me.
So you say.
He came tearing around the corner, out of control.
An ER doctor who spends his days saving lives was the one out of control.
That asshole smashed in my fucking neck. Open and fucking shut.
It's exactly the kind of language that loves the
Oh,
case.
please, it was over long before
I told
then.
you the questions
He was
might
making me
get a
sound
little
like some
personal.
chick- No, you told me I'd be set.
I never said that.
You told me I had a good shot. I had no shot.
Okay, let's try and settle
Oh,
down here.
fuck, settle down. I've got $74 in the bank. I can't afford to settle down.
I'm sorry.
Do they teach lawyers to apologize? Because you suck at it.
We've had that client before.
Yes, but the difference was
We've had that exact same, right? We've had that client
we've
before.
had the client before, but we also know one thing: the nonsense, the name calling, the in the courtroom.
Oh, no, my friend. That's not true. I have actually been in trial when a plaintiff stood up and said, I'm not having this anymore. F this, I'm out of here.
That sucks when your client loses control. But here's the thing: that attorney on the other side should have shut it down. He could have said, "Listen, objection." Everyone's talking through this nonsense. They're having an argument as they're going forward. Now, her attorney didn't do her any favors. Her attorney should have shut it down and originally said, "Objection, Your Honor," blah, 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 blah. He could have shut it down, but because he didn't shut it down, it allowed his client to lose her mind. And I think that's what happened.
So that's not, you agree with me, that's not a very realistic courtroom scene.
No, it's not realistic.
That is completely made up. It never happened. It never could happen. Unlike the first clip that actually happened in the 70s and 80s, what we just saw with Erin Brockovich never could happen.
A little drama,
Ever.
too much argument between the attorney and the person.
Just entertainment for a movie.
Yes.
That's all it was.
You know, and the neck brace, she looked good with the neck brace. Oh, I love the Untouchables. Uh-oh.
Bailey.
Yes, sir.
De Niro.
Bailiff, I want you to go next door to Judge Hoffman's court, where they've just begun hearing a divorce action. I want you to bring that jury in here and take this jury to his court. Bailiff, are those instructions clear?
Yes, sir. They're clear.
Talk. What is this? Bailiff, I want you to switch the juries.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I object.
I object.
Swapping juries?
Swapping the jury. Let's swap the jury. I could do that. I'm the judge.
I don't.
I say, boy.
Do you know for certain that a judge couldn't do that?
Yes. You know,
Why
I
not?
know
Why
because
not?
I didn't have the opportunity to kick people off the jury. I didn't have a choice to be able to choose the jury members in the way that I normally do.
No. It's not replacing a already
This
picked
is swamping.
jury.
That's what they did.
With an already picked
That's
jury.
what he did.
It's taking the whole panel.
No, that's not what he did. He replaced the whole jury with the other person's jury. That's what they did. They just swapped juries. Do you don't remember the movie?
I watched the movie. I don't remember that scene necessarily.
They swapped the whole jury. Not the.
Well,
not
you
the
can't
whole,
do that. Yeah. Well, hold on.
You've already picked
the
the
only
jury.
way it works is if the whole jury panel, like the 40 or 50
Yes.
that you choose. Well,
Okay,
if there's
don't
a
confuse
group
people.
that's set for
Not the panel.
If there's a group that's set for family law and a group that's set for criminal law, and you swapped out the panels.
Okay, let me explain what panel means. That means everyone who's brought into the room, and then we get to choose from. In this case, it was everyone who's already been picked to be on that jury because here was the deal, that there were people on that jury who had been bribed or threatened. That's why they swapped the jury out.
Yeah, I understand.
Not the whole panel.
I
The whole
understand
panel
the
had been
implication.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
But so you agree the judge could do it if it was the entire panel, not a
Okay, we're going to
already
stop saying
picked
panel
jury.
because it confuses people. The whole group of people being
How,
brought in.
how would it confuse me? You just explained it.
Because when you think of panel, you
You
think somebody
just
said-
explained it.
Because
Now it's not
some people
confusing
don't
anymore.
listen. They
Well,
don't
then
listen.
why are they watching this show?
I don't know. Ask all the people who failed out of law school.
Well, double jeopardy provides that no person may be tried for the same crime
We had
twice.
this
You got
argument
that?
the other day.
We
Keep
did.
staring. The state says you already killed your husband. They can't convict
What's the
you
point of a
a
hairnet
second
that doesn't
time.
cover your hair?
That means that when you
Well, it
leave
keeps out
here,
most of the
you
hair.
track him down, and when you find him, you can kill him.
Doesn't eliminate the possibility
That's
of
right.
hair, it just reduces
You can
it
walk
greatly.
right up to him in Times Square, put a gun to his head, and pull the fucking trigger, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Kind of makes you feel warm and tingly all over, don't it?
I feel warm and tingly.
You feel warm and tingly for a different reason, I'm sure. That, I want to say can't happen because I know the intent behind the law is to never allow somebody to take the life of someone else.
I don't like the argument you're making.
It's a
Because you talk
morality
about
argument.
intent.
It's
It's
a
a
morality.
morality argument. And morality arguments
Well, I
scare
don't
the
think
hell
you
out
know.
of me because judges have
I don't
their
think
own
you know. I don't
morality.
think you know if
I want
that's
them to
legal
follow
or
the
not.
law, not their morality.
Are you sure that you can kill somebody if you've been convicted of them?
I
and
like
turns
it.
out they
I
weren't?
like it.
You like that, but you
I
don't
like
know. You don't know.
I know that I don't know a law that says I can't. And I'm just looking at the law. Double jeopardy applies when you're tried for the same crime. The same crime as I killed the same person.
If you say it fast, sure, it sounds fine, but there's not a society that is going to tolerate on the books.
Did she shoot him?
That you can kill somebody who isn't dead.
What is society? You keep talking about societies. I'm asking laws. You want to argue this like we're sitting around?
Well, because I know a law couldn't be passed that wasn't approved by society. Jeff, you know that.
The law exists.
What law? You
The
just
law
said
exists.
you just
Double
admitted
jeopardy.
that you
Double
don't
jeopardy
know,
is the law.
and there's no exception. There's
tell
no
me.
exception for
Do you know
killing?
the exception?
I think there shouldn't.
You think there should be?
I admit that I don't know.
Okay, so then
but you're not admitting that you don't know.
I know that the
when
law
clearly
exists.
you don't know either.
I'm supporting the law the way it
You don't know.
exists.
You don't know.
I do.
We both don't know.
I know there are no exceptions outside.
We both don't know. So if you're out there and if you were convicted
I'm
for
not
killing
telling you to
somebody
kill.
and they're actually alive, Jeff's telling you, go ahead and kill them. I'm saying, don't do that.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how not to kill them. All right? For example, she is a convicted felon at the time. So if she discharges a weapon, that's possessing a weapon by a felon, which means that's a felony.
Well,
Kinda
under
like
your
case-
logic, she couldn't be a convicted felon because the thing she was
already
convicted
was.
of never happened.
No, we agree.
No,
on
it
one
didn't
thing.
happen.
No.
It has to be a nullity.
Was she not a convicted felon at the time?
Can't be. Never
It
happened.
hadn't been overturned.
Couldn't happen.
Why? It hadn't been overturned.
So what?
The
Couldn't
reason
have happened.
the reason she's a convicted felon is because she killed somebody.
There's reality and there's what the law
What is
says.
reality? You think you become not a convicted felon before your case is
It's a
overturned?
matter of time. Yeah, just a matter of time.
No, it has to be overturned. But at the time, you
Legally.
are a convicted felon.
But you're not, though.
So until you're not, you're a felon.
No, you're not.
Really, you want to tell a client that?
Yeah, you go back.
Sorry, you can go get a gun now. We're going to try to get your felony.
Ex post facto.
Ex post facto what?
You weren't a felon.
At the time, you were a felon.
No,
It had not been
ex
overturned.
post facto, you weren't. So whenever it does get overturned,
Stop.
it's going to go
Stop
all the way
screwing
back to
with
when
that.
you shouldn't have been.
Don't trust him on the concept of the ex post facto law because he's trying to make a cute. It's ex post facto by saying we're using Latin, so that means I'm right. No, it's not right.
You can't kill somebody even if you were convicted of murdering them. You're not allowed to do that. Don't do it. If you want to listen, if you want to trust Jeff, go ahead, knock yourself out, write us a letter, and let us know who was right. Thanks.
I'll make you a deal. If you ever get convicted of killing somebody you've already been sentenced to killing, you're out on parole, and you went to New Orleans and shot them, I will represent you for free.
That's very specific.
That was the movie.
Oh, is that the movie?
Yes.
Oh,
I've seen it. Actually, Judge rocked.